All right, so we're going to look at number systems. So for number systems, we talk about natural numbers, and natural numbers are what we call counting numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole numbers, the only difference between whole numbers is it also includes 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Integers, we use the letter Z, and that includes negative numbers, so like -1, -2. Rational numbers, we use Q, and that includes things we can write with fractions and decimals that terminate, means they stop, like 7.23 stops. And then we also have irrational numbers, which are numbers that do not are decimals that do not repeat, or that do not repeat and do not terminate. So like pi is the most famous. It goes on for 3.14 and there is no end. And real numbers, an R with an extra line, that includes irrational numbers as well as everything else. So those letters N, W, Z, Q, R are important when it comes to writing in set notation. So when we look at set notation and we want to write, we would say in the set of x, so this here suggests or says right here means in the set of x, which means we're talking about domain. This line here, such that, and then we're talking about x again, is an element of. So this is where we're choosing our number system. So our number system is an element of, and so maybe you put R, which would be all real numbers. And then we obviously have our little comma, and then the span of numbers. So maybe we are saying 2, so x is greater than or equal to 2, but less than or equal to 15, something like that. So that's the span of numbers, and then we enclose the set. Now the same thing is true when we talk about range, except range is our y values. Okay, so just make sure you know if you're talking about domain or if you're talking about range. Okay, so real quick, on a graph, if you had points like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, the range are these points, and the domain would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So pay attention to if you're talking about your x or your y axis. And the only one that's ever going to be continuous is all real numbers. So unless you have all real numbers, your answer is going to be discrete. Okay? So make sure we pay attention to that as well.